In the beginning, we see the son of an American businessman named Park. This child is very ill, and his illness is so severe that even the doctors are unable to cure him. Therefore, Park has no other option but to call some exorcists from Korea to treat his child. These exorcists, commonly referred to as tantrics, communicate with spirits, and it is their job to solve problems related to these spirits. Then we meet Harim, who came with her assistant to treat the child. The child's mom didn't believe in exorcism, but she had no other option to cure her child. Then we see that Harim performs a ritual through which she realizes that whatever problem this child is facing is related to his grandfather. Then Harim goes home to meet Park. There she learns that these people had shifted to America many years ago. Park's father's father lived in Korea, and after his death, his grave is also in Korea. Park tells Harim that this is the problem that happens with the eldest child born in my family. Just like with my elder brother, who also passed away due to a strange disease, the same thing is happening with my son. Upon hearing this, Harim reassures Park that everything will be fine, but emphasizes that they will need the assistance of many more people. Then, the scene shifts, and we see a man in Korea named Kim. He is dedicated to finding a place for people after their death, where their souls can find peace after being buried. And if their soul does not get peace, then it troubles their family. Like an old lady used to come in the dreams of her family members and trouble them, because when that lady died, her grandson hid one of her teeth. Due to which, that lady was troubled, and when that tooth was put back to her grave, everything became normal. Then we see that Harim comes to Kim and tells them about Park, that some strange things happen with their family. Every elder born in their family falls ill, and all these problems are related to Korea, because their grandfather is buried in Korea. And to solve their problem, I need your help, to which Kim agrees to help. Then the next day, Park comes to meet the Kim, because he had to get his grandfather's exhumation done. That is, to open the grave and take the man buried inside it to another place. He was doing all this to cure his son. Then Park takes Kim to his grandfather's grave, which is situated on a hill. There was no cemetery here, and foxes were roaming around the grave, which is not considered good. Park tells him that his grandfather was a general, and he was buried here by his army, and Kim does not understand anything, that why did they chose this place. Kim tells Harim that I am feeling negative energy here, and he tells that working here can be very dangerous, in which we can also lose our lives. Hearing this, Harim gets scared. Then at night, Kim and Harim meet Park. There Kim says that my daughter is going to get married soon, and Park gets emotional on hearing this, and he says that I have only one son, and he too is going to die now. Both of them feel very strange after hearing this, so they decide to go across and help. Harim says that I will do a ritual, which will take away the negative energy, and Kim also likes this idea, so he agrees. Then the next day, the grave is dug, where Park's grandfather's daughter was also present, because the grave could not be dug without her permission. Harim brings all the ritual material along with 5 pigs, and here the grave starts getting dug, and Harim starts doing the ritual to drive away the negative energy. Harim was dancing in awe, and also making cuts on herself, and she would also drink the blood of the pigs by biting them, and she kept doing the ritual until the grave was completely dug. After the coffin is taken out of the grave, a laborer sees a snake with a human head in the grave. The laborer kills the snake without telling anyone. As soon as he does so, the weather starts changing and Kim decides to cremate the bones of the grandfather, but this work also stops. He wanted to do this work as soon as possible so that his soul can get peace soon. After this, Kim goes to his village to know about the grandfather. When he went there, he found out that most of the people did not know about the grave, and those who knew thought that there was a treasure inside it. Then a man came to know that the grave had been dug, and out of greed he opened the coffin, due to which grandfather's soul got free from it, but Harim saw everything and started performing rituals to control his soul. But nothing was happening, because now that soul had gone to its home, where his family lived in America. As soon as he goes there, he kills his son and his wife. After this, the spirit starts scaring Park as well. Then he gets a call from Kim. He tells him that grandfather's spirit has been frayed. He has also killed your parents, and now he has come to kill you. You have to be careful. Then suddenly there is a knock on the door, which was by Kim, and he was also on the phone. Then Kim tells Park on the phone that you should not open the door because it could be grandfather's spirit. You should take care of yourself. I'm coming to you soon. And he says you can open the window, the spirit won't harm you. Then Park does not open the door, but opens the window from where the spirit comes inside. This means that the spirit was talking on the phone, and on the other side of the door was a Kim who was there to save Park. Then he opens the door and comes inside to see Park completely possessed. Then the spirit tells why he followed them. He says that when the war took place between America and Japan, he earned a lot of money by cheating his own people, and because of that money, his family came to America and settled there and became rich. But his son never came to inquire about his well-being, and he never visited his grave. That's why he was so angry and he killed Park in front of Kim. While dying, Park tells Kim that a big animal like a lion has taken the fox's bone, but Kim does not understand the meaning of it. Then that spirit sets out to kill the child, and the only way to stop him is to burn Grandpa's bones. Kim immediately called Grandpa's daughter and told her that now he is going to kill an innocent child. So in order to save one life, we need to burn Ji's bones. She agrees to this, and once Grandfather's bones are burned, his soul is finally liberated. But there is still a big twist left in this story. Then Kim meets the man who was opening the grandfather's grave. He tells that in his dreams, snakes with human heads are scaring him, and he says that they will kill me. He says that that day I saw a snake with a human head in the grave, so I killed it there without telling anyone. So to find out the truth, Kim goes to that grave again, where he finds that dead snake, whose head was like a lady, which is considered very bad. Then when he dug this grave further, he found another buried coffin beneath it. Then he calls his friends there, but they don't understand why this coffin was kept under Grandfather's grave. This coffin was completely sealed. Then they bring that coffin from there, and it is possible that there is some evil spirit inside it, and to prevent it from coming out, they put a circular around it with a ritual. Then Kim and Harmeem go to Grandfather's daughter to find out why this coffin was kept under it. Here, his daughter tells him that his grandfather was not a Korean, but he was a Japanese, and here the confusion increases as to why they buried him in Korea. Then we see Hareem's assistant who goes to check the coffin and sees that a giant man was eating a person, and after seeing all this, he gets scared and starts calling Hareem. Here, Hareem was learning some things from her grandmother in her dream, because her grandmother was a great magician of her time. Then on hearing the assistant's voice, Hareem started going there. There she saw that coffin was open. That is, whoever that 7 feet man was had come out of the coffin. There was also a helmet in that coffin, from which they understood that whoever was in this coffin was a general. Then the person who had come out of the coffin comes there. Hareem hides as soon as she sees him, and he asks if there is any human being in this room. So Hareem's answer was that, I am a spirit, which is a slave of humans. So the general asked if you have my favorite food. Then Hareem apologized and said no. But the general came to know that there is a human and he attacks Hareem. Fortunately, her assistant comes and saves her. He attacks the general, but he remains undamaged, meaning that the general had become a ghost. Then he injures the assistant. General is about to attack Hareem when everyone arrives there, and they get very scared after seeing the ghost of the general. Because they had never seen such a ghost before, then a rooster makes a loud noise, meaning that it was about to be morning. Then General turns into a ball of fire and flies away from there. This makes people realize that he is with his full power at night, but as soon as it is morning, he becomes completely weak. Here we see that the assistant is still alive, and he is admitted to the hospital, and when he regains consciousness, his eyes had become strange, meaning that he was now under the control of that general. Then they realize that it is possible that the ghost of the general is protecting something, but their assistant does not tell them what the precious thing is. After knowing everything, the team goes to the grave again and starts digging the grave and sees the same general there, which makes them realize that the ghost goes away at night, but comes back to the same place during the day. Then Kim remembers what Park said about the bone, that the map of Korea is exactly like a tiger. So to destroy Korea, many metal rods were buried in the ground. As per Japanese ritual, they would destroy the energy of Korea. And when Koreans got to know about these rods, they started removing them. They removed all the rods, but these people could not remove one rod because Japanese people had buried this rod in the body of their general, which was done with a ritual. So even after death, the soul of the general was protecting this rod, and the coffin of the general was kept vertically. It was erected because all the roads with it were covered with black magic, and so that no one could find it, the coffin of Park's grandfather was buried above it. It means that when the war was going on between Korea and Japan, people tried to defeat each other with their magic spells. Now it was already night, and it was time for the general's spirit to wake up, so Kim wanted to stop him, but this ghost started to possess him. To save Kim, Harim throws blood on him, due to which he suffers a lot, but gets well again. Then General attacks Harim, but her grandmother's soul protects her. Here, Kim, without wasting time, applies his blood on a wooden sword, because he could kill General with his blood, and then kills the general with that wooden sword. And the rod inside him also dies as soon as the general dies. After his death, the assistant also gets well, and the movie ends with this ending. So friends, how did you like the explanation of the movie? If you liked it, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Till then, bye-bye.